Kuna watu wengi wenye wako na body odor issues and you've encountered them a number of times. Some are your family members, your spouses, even your children, and it even extends to your colleagues and, to strangers, people that you meet day to day. There is a lot when it comes to body odor. The condition is known as bromhidrosis, and it affects a lot of people, mostly men. According to medical practitioners, especially certified dermatologists, and through the information that I've even accessed online on YouTube, most of the certified dermatologists have confirmed that between the number of men and women, men are the most affected. But again, when it comes to sweat issues, be it hyperhidrosis or bromhidrosis, the reason why we get more numbers in terms of those who are adversely affected is because to most men, not all, but to a greater percentage, they're not really bothered. They're unbothered. But when it comes to women, women are very conscious of a lot of things. They are conscious of, especially they are more self-conscious about, will people notice my body odor? Will people notice my sweat? They can even walk into a building, a public service vehicle, and, in this case, anaweza ingia kwa matatu, people will look at her. And due to just how subconscious she is about her sweat or her body odor issues, she'll translate that immediately to, they have noticed my sweat, or they have noticed my body odor issues. Could it be the case? Yes. A yes or a no. There could be, or chances are, she's just been self-conscious. Anyway, the purpose of this video is to talk about bromhidrosis. I have covered bromhidrosis before. What I'm doing, I'm revisiting, but going step by step. So in this video, we're going to talk about bromhidrosis and the areas where the smell comes from. Where is this odor emanating from? It could be from your scalp, from your underarms, from your groin area, or your feet. But there is the general body odor. First and foremost, people living with hyperhidrosis do not have hygiene issues. And there is a difference. There is hyperhidrosis, there is bromhidrosis, and other forms of sweat issues. But in this case, we are talking about bromhidrosis. So where is the smell coming from? So many have written to HAK, I'm struggling with body odor issues. And we need to get down to the specifics. Which areas are we talking about? If it is the scalp, and we are talking about bromhidrosis, if we are targeting the areas in specifics in their order, so maybe it's the scalp, the underarms, the groin area, or the feet, we have to understand when the issue started and how you've been managing the issue, and if you have even consulted a certified dermatologist. We look at body odor issues from a wider scale. There is a genetic factor to it, down to diet, what you consume. They say garbage in, garbage out. So what you consume is very important. And if you have body odor issues, then you need to limit the amount of protein you consume. There are certain proteins that can affect your body odor and even take it or even make it worse. For instance, if you consume fish, and you know how we prepare our fish in this side, of the continent, especially if I'm talking to Kenyans, mnajua vile most of you prepare your fish. There are those who like it dry, wengine wanapenda with when it's been prepared as a stew, so it has a soup and all these other things. But if you're a person with body odor issues, that can affect your body odor. I know some of you may not agree with me, but here lies the truth. Yes, what you consume affects your body odor. And we can even do it practically. I want you to try for a whole week just to consume junk food, a lot of protein. And protein, I'm talking about all the meat from red meat, white fish, your whatever. And then you tell me, when you go to the washroom for number 2, not number 1. Number 1 is urinating, but when you go for number 2, do you really like the smell that comes out of that place? No. But what happens when you consume your legumes, your beans and your fruit vegetables, your carrots, and also your fruits as well. So this means for a whole week, you're only concentrating on plant-based foods, a plant-based diet for a whole week. You will notice that even when you visit the washroom, you won't even notice the smell. So I'm not here to tell you that usikule nyama, usifanye hii na hii. No, there has to be a balance. If you have body odor issues, diet ni very important kwako. Kenye unakula ndo ina affect your body odor. So what are you consuming? Go through your diet and we ask these questions. We really do. Describe for us your diet. If you're consuming dairy, that is the first thing that you really need to get rid of. But if you're you love your white tea, then supplement with something else. You can be taking your white tea, but in moderation. What if you increase your intake of black tea? Your black tea is equally important, and there are different flavors out there. You can even try sage. You can try your cinnamon tea. You can try all these, and there are many. Now, some of these tea leaves unaweza zipata. If you go to the supermarket, you have your Kericho Gold, you have the Melvis, especially Melvis tea, they have all the flavors. Sayata, you have your orange, you have your lemon flavored tea leaves. These are some of the things that you should consider consuming and including them in your diet because they're equally important.